Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the discussion on the topic cycloidal curves. Under this, we are discussing now construction of epicycloid. This is the second problem we are discussing under cycloidal curves. Now we'll enter into the problem. The given problem is a circle of 50 mm diameter rolls on the circumference of another circle of 150 mm diameter and outside it. Draw the locus of the point P on the circumference of the rolling circle for one complete revolution of it. Name the curve and draw tangent and normal to the curve at a point 105 mm from the center of the bigger circle. Now we'll write the data related to this problem. Here in the problem, it is mentioned that a circle of 50 mm diameter rolls on the circumference of another circle of 150 mm diameter and outside it. Here this outside it is the keyword. Draw the locus of the point P on the circumference of the rolling circle for one complete revolution of it. Name the curve. So what is the name of the curve? In this correction, we'll recollect the meaning of epicycloid. Epicycloid is a locus of a point P on the circumference of a rolling circle which rolls without slipping or sliding outside of another circle called directing circle. Here, this is the directing circle. On this circle, this rolling circle rolls on the directing circle outside of it. Then we'll trace out the moment of the point P on the circumference of a rolling circle. Then the shape obtained is called epicycloid. Then the shape obtained is called epicycloid. Here the keyword is the rolling circle rolls outside of the directing circle. So name of the curve to be constructed is epicycloid. Diameter of the rolling circle is 50 mm. Diameter of the directing circle is 150 mm. And tangent point is at a distance 105 mm from the center of the directing circle. The explanation related to the solution to the given problem is divided into three stages. That is part A, brief overview of the solution with concepts. Part B, detailed construction of the epicycloid, and part C, to draw normal and tangent to the cycloid. First, we'll move towards brief overview of the solution with concepts related to the construction of epicycloid. Again, I'm repeating, what do you mean by epicycloid? Epicycloid is a locus of a point P on the circumference of rolling circle or generating circle which rolls without slipping or sliding outside of another circle called directing circle. Here, this is the rolling circle and this pink color one is the directing circle. This rolling circle rolls outside of this directing circle for one complete revolution. Then the angle separated by this directing circle, that is theta, is equal to small r by capital R into 360 degrees. That is theta is equal to small r by capital R into 360 degrees. This is the theta value. Here we are going to trace the moment of the point P on the circumference of the rolling circle for one complete revolution on this directing circle. For half revolution of this rolling circle on the directing circle, this P point is going to come like this here. For the remaining half, this P point is going to come here. That is for complete revolution of the rolling circle on this directing circle, the path of the point P is going to be in this way. That particular curve is nothing but epicycloidal curve. That is, for half revolution, P point is going to come here. For the remaining half revolution, P point is going to come here. That is, P is a point on the circumference of a rolling circle. Then the curve obtained is called epicycloid. Here, this bigger circle is the directing circle and the smaller circle is the rolling circle. Point P is on the circumference of the rolling circle. For one complete revolution on this directing circle, point P is to be traced out in the form of this particular curve. This shape of this particular curve is called epicycloid. That's about the brief summary of the construction of epicycloid. Now we'll enter into the detailed construction of the epicycloid problem. Part B, detailed construction. Here, radius of the directing circle is 75 mm and radius of the generating or rolling circle is equal to 25 mm. With this, we'll calculate the angle subtended by the directing arc, that is theta value. As a first step, we have to find the included angle by using the equation theta, which is equal to 360 degrees into small r by capital R, which is equal to 120 degrees. Second step, draw a vertical line and draw two lines at 60 degrees on either sides. Third step, at a distance 75 mm from O, draw a part of the directing circle taking radius r is equal to 75 mm, locate a point P. So OP is equal to capital R, which is equal to 75 mm. Fourth step, extend OP line from point P, mark point C outside the circle at a distance of 25 mm and draw a circle taking the center as C and radius as CP is equal to 25 mm, and remaining steps to be followed in the further explanation.
As a first step, draw one reference line, then locate a point O, draw a vertical line. After drawing vertical line, as we calculated the angle as 120 degrees, draw two angular lines to the vertical line with an angle of 60 degrees each. And locate a point P. Say P dash, that is OP is the radius of the directing circle, then extend OP after that with P as a center, rolling circle radius as a radius, P as a center and rolling circle radius as a radius. What is that radius? 25 mm. Draw an arc on the extended portion of OP line. Name this point as C. Now C as a center, CP as radius. Draw one circle. After that, divide rolling circle into 12 equal parts. The circle is divided into 12 parts. Now the circle rolls in clockwise direction. After that, give numbers on the rolling circle, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, this angle OPP dash is 120 degrees. Then, with O as a center, OP as a radius, draw directing arc. Then with O as a center, OC as a radius, draw locus of path arc. Then passing through one on the rolling circle with center O and passing through 1 on the rolling circle, draw an arc parallel to the directing arc. With O as a center, O2 and O10 as a radius, draw an arc parallel to the directing arc. Similarly, O as a center, O9 and O3 as radius. Next, O4 as a radius or O8 as a radius, draw an arc parallel to the directing arc. Next, O7 and O5 as a radius. Next, O6 as a radius. Now divide angle OPP dash into 12 equal divisions. Angle OPP dash is 120 degrees. So 120 degrees to be divided into 12 parts. Give numbers on this directing arc, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then similarly divide this locus of path arc also into 12 equal parts. Then give the numbering on the locus of path arc, say C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, C10, C11, C12. Then take CP, that is rolling circle radius, as a radius, C1 as a center, draw an arc on the first division arc passing through the rolling circle. Here we are getting point P1. Similarly, C2 as a center, draw an arc on the second division arc passing through the rolling circle. Here we are getting P2 point. Then C3 as center, draw an arc on the third division arc passing through the rolling circle, that is here we are getting P3. Similarly, repeat the procedure for the remaining points. Say P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, P11, P12. Passing through all these points, draw smooth curve. That smooth curve is called epicycloid. the smooth curve is called epicycloid. This curve is to be with H pencil. Then name the points on the curve, say P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, P11, and this is P12. Now dark this curve with H pencil.
Just now we completed construction of the epicycloidal curve. Next step is to draw normal and tangent to the epicycloid at a distance 105 mm from the center of the directing circle. Note, the epicycloidal curve, normal and tangent with H pencil, dimensioning with 2H pencil, and construction line with 3H pencil.
This is the epicycloid, that is construction of epicycloid is over. Next step is drawing normal and tangent to the epicycloid. That normal and tangent point is at a distance 105 mm from the center of the directing circle. So at O with 105 as a radius, draw an arc at O 105 mm as a radius, draw an arc, then name the intersection point as M, then CP, that is rolling circle radius, as a radius, M as a center, draw an arc on the locus of path arc. So here the radius is rolling circle radius, M as a center, draw an arc on the locus of path arc, name the intersection point as S, then join S and O. This SO line intersect the directing arc at N, then join N and M, which is normal, that is N dash is normal, perpendicular to N dash passing through M is the tangent, that is T dash. This is M. That is how to draw normal and tangent to the curve with O as a center, with the given radius, say 105 mm as a radius, draw an arc on the curve, then name the point on the curve as M, with M as a center, rolling circle radius as a radius, draw an arc on the locus of path arc, name the point as S, then join S to O. S to O is intersecting the directing arc at N, join N and M and extend it, that is normal, perpendicular to normal, tangent. That's about the construction of epicycloid and drawing normal and tangent. Now we'll do the dimensioning. That's about the construction of epicycloid and drawing normal and tangent to the epicycloid.
Visit again for more videos on engineering graphics. The links provided under description of this video. Keep learning and knowledge sharing. If you have any queries, you can mention under comment section under this video. I'll respond